much to be desired, but it wasn't short on rumors. One of the bigger names floated around was Jets safety Jamal Adams, and that didn't sit well with the Pro Bowler. He let the media hear about it on Wednesday, and our very own Kim Jones has more.
Good morning, Kay. Jamal Adams spoke to reporters in the Jets locker room Wednesday for 14 minutes. He said, yes, he does believe he was shopped by the team prior to the trade deadline. Yes, he admitted his feelings were hurt. And several times he said he loves being a Jet. For one of his stronger remarks, let's take a listen.
My agent called me and he told me what was going on. It definitely hurt me. You know what I mean? I hold myself at a high level. You know, the Rams don't take calls on Aaron Donald. The Patriots don't take calls on Tom Brady. You know what I mean? That's where I hold myself in that regard. So regardless of, I understand that you have a job to do, that's the way I took it.
I spoke to defensive lineman Steve McClendon in the locker room. He considers Jamal a little brother. He told me he's given Adams this advice. Don't let this change you. You have the mindset of a champion. He also said, continue to give it all you got on the field, like you always do. No one doubts, Kay, that Jamal Adams will continue to do that.
Thank you so much, Kim. Jamal Adams later took to Twitter clarifying his comments, tweeting, not saying I'm the greatest ever, but you shouldn't tell a guy you are the cornerstone of the team on Friday that you won't be moved and then negotiate terms with other teams 3 days later. But look, I'm at peace with everything. It's all love. Triggs, let's start with you.
Okay.
Give me the old school mentality here. What do you make of Jamal Adams' comments yesterday?
There was a quote. I mean, obviously, the Donald and Brady stuff is one thing. But at the end of it, he says, at the end of the day, it's a business. I get it. I understand it. And then if that's the business, then you certainly don't understand it because this happens. Like, you can go through, like, the Patriots cut Willie McGinnis, and we hold up Willie McGinnis on this network as the Patriots guy. Like, things happen. It is a business. They will get rid of you. So you got to have thick skin. The part that was so jarring was just how transparent he was. He's in this press conference.
Yeah, we have it.
And it's jarring. And I'm talking about things like the Dallas Cowboys comments. But let's see what else he had to say.
All right.
It's him with, it was actually him talking about Joe Douglas, his manager.
Talk.
There it is.
That's just where I'm at with it. Just not ready to talk. You know, when you go through something, sometimes it's best to just kind of let it cool down, and then when you're ready to talk and have a conversation, we definitely can, and I believe that, you know, we definitely will. But I'm happy to be here. My focus is here right now. I don't know what the future's gonna hold. I really don't. You know, obviously I had a different mindset as far as how I felt about it, you know, in the near future, but I don't know. I really don't know. But like I can tell you right now, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to play for, you know, the Jets. I'm excited to finish the season off the right way. I'm excited to play in front of the best fans in the NFL. So that's all I'm focused on, man. I'm focused on right now.
All right.
So he says he was called the cornerstone by his team, and he also was asked, by the way, yesterday, Shriggs, if he wants to remain there long term, and he said, quote, I really don't know.
Yeah, and then ESPN's Ryan Clark on air during the trade deadline stuff was like, he wants to go back to Texas where he's from. And then everyone, Jet fans, like, well, what's going on? Jamal Adams looks at a camera yesterday and says, I would love to go to the Cowboys. I was born and raised in Dallas. Like, this is stuff that we have not seen in the NFL from both sides, from the leaks coming out that he was that was being discussed to that. But he's 10-29 as a Jet. He's a safety. Their priority is offensive and defensive line. That's what Joe Douglas wanted. Of course they would listen. Bottom line is they didn't trade him, and they wanted a first-round pick and 2 second-round picks, which you don't see ever being swapped for a safety. It's tough for me to say I understand it's a business and then to be so sensitive about it, then openly say you want to be a Cowboy. I'm on a little bit of a weird angle here with Jamal Adams because I love him as a kid and I love him as a player, but then I don't necessarily know where he was going on this.
You said he's 10-29 as a Jet.
Yeah.
How about the Jets are 10-29 with Jamal Adams on the team?
Sure.
He's a safety. He doesn't control the offensive side of the ball. He can't control the defensive side of the ball. You know, we've all been through heartache. The first time you go through heartache, you have a profound understanding of the situation you're in. It's just like somebody hurting your feelings and you say, okay, now I understand it. By him saying I understand the business, this is after the fact. He didn't say this months ago. Once you're on the trading blocks or a team talks about moving on from you, all of a sudden the harsh realities of business set in. And as far as him saying that he wants to play back home, I'm okay with that. Let me just be clear with you guys. Where a player gets drafted is not where he wants to play most of the time. We all grew up in different places, different regions. When I was playing for the Minnesota Vikings, a place that I never stepped foot in for the first time.
You should be saying that right now? That I want to be a Cowboy?
Would you have ever... No, finish your story. You were with the Vikings. You didn't necessarily want to be there?
No, it's not about not wanting to be there. I never went there. This is my first time being in Minnesota when I showed up. So you think that I would love to play for any other team? Yes, I also love the Atlanta Falcons.
You would never say that.
Also love
you would never say that.
The C on the jersey saying he wants to be a Cowboy.
Listen, you guys got to understand.
Cowboy.
I guess.
You guys have to understand that when you're on the trading blocks, whether it's rumors or not, how come a team could be honest and transparent and your name could float all over TV screens?
Hit on this.
And the moment that somebody asks you to be honest, you can't say, you know what, I would love to play for a Cowboys. A great organization. And then he followed up by saying, but I'm going to finish this the right way. I'm going to show up and do my job. This is the same dude a couple years ago that missed a Pro Bowl and said I won't miss it again. Then he came back and got another Pro Bowl. You know, I'm going to be quoting Deion all day because I'm dressed as Deion. Deion said, if you don't believe in yourself, how will somebody else? So the fact that he's talking about himself, like, you know what? The Rams don't talk about trading Aaron Donald. Brady, the Patriots don't talk about trading Brady. I get that. People say, well, you're not in their category. But the fact that he sees himself like that, I'm cool with it. And I'm good with the way that he's talking.
This is tough for us because we all like Jamal.
We love him. He's a great kid.
Yeah, the Boz loves the Adams era. And I say this dressed as someone who probably overestimated his worth and his star power. He's all over the map here. He's very emotional. He's emotional time. What Peter's saying is so right. He's all over the place, including standing there in front of the media and comparing himself, indirectly or not, to Aaron Donald and Tom Brady. Guys, this is LL Cool J comparing himself to Paul McCartney. LL Cool J's great. He's talented. We like him. Halloween tonight. Do you want to trade some Necco wafers for some Mike and Ike's? No. Peanut butter kisses for peanut butter cups. It's not even in the same category. And I will maintain this with what happened with the trade talk and everything. Someone came up and kissed the Jets first. They did not kiss them back, all right? We've been in those situations. I did not kiss them back. And I will tell this. If the Rams were to get a call and to their front office and say, you know what? We're going to offer you 4 first-round picks for Aaron Donald. Believe me, they would listen. I'm not saying they would do it, but they'd be like, well, that's interesting. Go on. That's what happened here. And Jamal is emotional. I'm the cornerstone. Dude, they hung on to you. They didn't trade you. You're not Brady. You're not Donald. Go play and win some games. Until then, just calm down. We love you. He's out of control with the sound bites. I hate it.
The Boz telling the world to calm down. Love every second
That's
of
right.
that. The angry runs
Fired up.
crown. I know
Yes.
fires you up.
You got a crown, Vinny.
Yes. Well, it got to
Vinny Lombards.
Rutherford. Did we get a royalty free back from Saquon Barkley?
You know, Saquon's a big brand, Rock Nation. He doesn't do little things like that.
never.
The Giants
Why
had a
would
tough
he?
season. I don't think he'll do it.
Will you stop walking around the table?
My energy is too